Hi everyone, I'm Scott Hoke. Welcome to highlights of our coverage from the Mecum Kansas City auction. Important car here, everyone. 1970 Plymouth AAR Cuda, 1 year only.
Yeah, this is an interesting one here too, guys, because it's, number one, it's authentic. Number two, it's the automatic transmission version, but the shifter's on the column, not on the floor. 290 horsepower, 340 with 3 two-barrel carbs, and there you see it. Column shifted AAR Cuda. That's kind of a rare one.
Now 80,
78.
80 pounds $1. Iron David get 80, Iron David get 78 bid, 80 bid, 80
Not
bid,
for
now
lack
80,
of
now
not
80, now
trying
80,
here.
now
We're
half.
trying.
So 78 pounds $1.
Okay, there it is. 78 grand buys that AAR Cuda. We were looking at this 55 Nomad, first year for the Nomad, teal and white JK, sold for $83,000 with modern power, modern undercarriage, and four-wheel discs.
Spectacular, captivated all of us in those period correct colors. Very, very well presented.
Man, oh man, what a cool car.
Indeed.
So we move to a 1974 Ford Bronco now.
Lots of modifications, as is fairly common. 306 cubic inch Ford V8. It's a bored out 302. 5-speed manual transmission update. Love that metallic green. Rear wheel wells cut. Fender flares added. There is that high performance 306. Small block Ford power plant. Been lifted 2.5 inches.
Need to be able to give 100,000. So $97,000.
$97,000. Well, this is a Dodge Charger King Daytona, John.
And they're not kidding when they say King Daytona. This is top of the heap. This is a monster. 300 built, 807 horsepower out of that supercharged Hellcat engine, displacing 6.2 liters. All these Chargers had that excellent 8-speed ZF automatic transmission. Only 66 miles on the odometer.
120 is the bid. The reserve is off, as we mentioned.
He said no. So 120.
And so we've got another 6-figure car to add to the mix today. 1968, kind of a plain Jane Charger RT.
Plain Jane?
Visually only, CJ.
All right, because the Mopar hair stood up on the back of my neck. This
Oh,
is
I
one
know.
of the cleanest restorations I have ever seen. This car is done so well, JK. And what I love about it the most is they put nice, big, meaty tires on it.
Yeah, and that adds a lot to just the look instead of the kind of smaller tires that would have been on it originally. It's an RT with that 375 horse 440 and factory air conditioning. Very desirable. It's got the factory tack as well. Now it's a bench seat car, not a bucket seat car.
And a column shift car.
And because it's the bench seat.
Which is okay.
I got 122.5.
Okay, we've got 122.5.
To raise his own bid,
122.5. You want to give
$250.
Jim's calling for backup yet. 125. 122.5. 125. How many people think he should sell it?
Reserves off.
There it is. Yep.
122.5.
So I'm guessing the hammer is going to drop there unless a sniper comes in at the last second here. Nope, didn't happen. So they get it. They just hung in there a bit. Mecum took a little extra time. We sold it for $122,500, Scott.
Absolutely right. Very, very cool.
Fine.
Charger RT. This is a Packard Deluxe 8.
Oh, look at that. 385 cubic inches, 125 horsepower. That is a flathead inline 8-cylinder engine. 3-speed manual transmissions. Automatics weren't available back in 1929. And this was one of America's top premier luxury prestige automobiles. In fact, right up until the early 1940s, Packard was right up there with literally the world's best in luxury cars. And all it takes, guys, is just one look at this car just to see that it really, even all these years later, it's got quite a presence.
Sold 135. Sold 135,000.
$135,000 just bought that Packard. Wow. The halo car for the Corvette in 2024, Professor Craman, and that would be this Z06.
Well, obviously the sensation of the C8 world. Just everybody that's tested these cars are raving about it. 670 horsepower to that exotic 5.5 liter flat plane crank V8, mid-mounted 8-speed dual clutch. transmission. There is that exotic engine. Twin throttle bodies. You don't see much of the engine with those big air boxes there. The exhaust tone is very unique and specific, very exotic sounding. Brand spanking new with, are you ready for this? 5 miles on the odometer.
$145,000. Okay, now 2023 Challenger SRT Demon 170, one of the most anticipated cars anywhere on the landscape for 2023. And we've seen a couple of them already this year, John, in Las Vegas. Both brought north of 200 grand.
You know, huge news. Maybe one of the most important performance cars in the history of the automobile. An incredible 1,025 horsepower.
$195,000. And here is a 1970 GT500 convertible now for us.
Yeah, this one's going to be interesting to see. This is quite a car. It is restored to perfection. It's one of one with the equipment color combination as we're seeing it. It's got the optional drag pack. Of course, the GT500 tells us it's the 335 horsepower, 428. The C6 automatic with 391 gears. The color, the interior color, and the quality of the restoration and the rarity of the equipment combination and the desirability of it.
Last call, yes or no, 265.
Feed me.
Nope.
Feed me, Russell.
All right, one guy's out. Oh! $60,000 after the reserve comes off. The hammer falls on that one of one, thanks to a Kevin Marty, Deluxe Marty report. One of one Shelby GT500 convertible. $260,000. Okay, here is one car that definitely is a contender for a top seller award. Just about any auction. It's a 2005 Ford GT. And here it is, one with all 4 options, Professor.
Yeah, boy, we've had a chance to look at this car over the past couple of days, and we all love it. And I'm going to hold that explanation in just a moment. Let's cover the hardware first of all. 550 horsepower out of that 5.4 liter supercharged mid-engine mounted Ford V8, putting the power back to that Ricardo 6-speed manual transaxle. The 4 options: Macintosh stereo, check. Stripes, yep, check those. Painted calipers, yep, painted red. And those BBS forged lightweight wheels. Now, the thing that I said that I like about it the most, that I think we all do, it's got miles. It's not a garage queen. This car has got around 5,200 original miles. That will allow the future owner to be able to continue to accumulate miles and enjoy the driving experience of what this car is all about.
This is pretty market correct, especially when you consider the mileage numbers. $390,000, fellas. Well, that is a wrap for this edition of Mecum Accelerated. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Scott Hope. So long from Kansas City.